Vanny is a story of a little Parisian mixed-race girl who doesn't like her curly, frizzy hair. Every morning she straightens them, like to get them really nice. But the thing is that she's supposed to go with her girlfriend skiing for the holidays, but her auntie Frederick invites her over to Guadeloupe, a beautiful Caribbean island where she doesn't want to go. It's like she doesn't know where it is, there's mosquitoes, it must be too hot over there, and she's planning on skiing. But once she gets there, she gets seduced by the beauty of the island and also the beauty of the people who live there. But the same night of her arrival, a mysterious creature attacks the village and eats every woman's hair. The secret to resolve this mystery resides in her very frizzy and curly hair. That's about the story of the film. Okay, so what I realized is that to make animation for kids, you still need to be a kid yourself, and I'm very good at that. I kind of have a feeling that I never grew up. It's good to feel the connection with your inner child. It's very important because as a kid, I remember everything. It was easy to be joyful and to have imagination. So, and in a way, I kind of grew up learning to keep that connection with my inner child, and it's very strong because I go there to find inspiration. And therefore, when I want to talk to kids, I just try to imagine myself as a kid. How would I react to these kind of messages or films? So this is how I did. And in the previous film I worked on, the directors were the same actually. They were really connected to their inner child, and I really appreciate that with them. And I try to keep that when I work. And also, I'm surrounded by people who have their inner child very strong too, even like Trisha, for example. So when we met, it was like, I think our inner children connected right away. So this is really a way to say that as long as you stay connected, you will find a way to talk to the kids. Yeah. Yes? You want to start, Trisha?
Oh, I could say that at the moment in Guadeloupe we have Carnival.
Yes, I was about to say the same thing.
I took it from you. So that's a tradition that happens every year, and it brings every Guadeloupean together. You get Carnival in every cities, and people are marching together. They make costumes. I actually put on my Facebook page yesterday the costumes that my mother used to do for me.
Wow.
Yes, she found some pictures of me as a parrot, as a flower,
Nice.
as a princess, and that reminded me a lot of good memories. Because at school we will there is one day where there's the carnival for kids that you do with your school, and you go, and so it's like an introduction to carnival for all the kids. So it's really vivid and powerful. So that's the kind of thing that you need to do at least once in your life. And the best for me would be you go at night at the end of the day and you go see Akio. Akio is a carnival band. They are powerful. They're not, so they got a costume every year or every day, different costume. But the thing is that it's the everybody can be there with them, and they just walk, and it's so impressive. It would be like 3,000 people walking sometimes. It's just impressive, powerful, and the sound of the music is.
Yes, I was about to say that because everyone march has the same rhythm of the music, you know. So and you move quite fast actually. I was really when I used to go, I was like, you're really tired, but it's a very good energy because we all move together at the same pace, and it gives you this stream of really strength. It's really a wonderful experience, and it's true that growing there, every year we could go in the streets, dress up as like we want, and really scream and sing and dance. It's a moment where you express your joy. Everyone can dress up as they want, men and women, etc. We change everything. It's really, really funny, and it's also a moment where you can unleash all your stress, all your anger. It's also a way to like really feel fully alive. I love this moment too.
And you can connect to your inner child also.
Definitely, yeah. The inner child is like screaming from inside. It's perfect. And I would say to me, when I was a child, my dad would take us a lot in the forest, and this was very important to him because that we learned about how to navigate in forests. Like know about the trees, know about the plants, and he would like make us smell the scent of the incense tree. The sap, the blood of the tree. Yeah, you could smell that, and when you burn it, it smells so good. So it was like a trip into the forest that led me to make Vanny go into the forest also in the film. I want to share this experience of connecting with wild, beautiful, tropical, big, huge trees and feel like connected also to the forest. So to me, it was a big chance to grow up on this island because of that. Nature is just right next to your door. It's so close.
So I created this song at the studio when we were recording the voices for the movie. So you need to know that we recorded the voices first, and then they drew us with our voices. That's a beautiful process. And then I was supposed to sing another song. I was supposed to sing a traditional song, Begin. And I said to you, Guillaume, I could actually create a song for you if you want to. And I was pretty bold to do that because, and he said, yes, try it. So I took my guitar and I started to sing. And the idea of this song was because Vanille lost her mother, and it was Frédéric's sisters. I wanted to say, I know she's not there, but she's with us. And you miss her, and we miss her. We all miss her. And the lyric says, Petite en moi, my little child. Your mother is not there. Maman pas là. Mais il y a dans cœur. But she's in your heart. Petite en moi, même si Domi pas là. So that's the game of word because Vanny's mother was called Dominique. Okay? Frédéric Dominique. But her nickname was Domi. Domi. In Creole, Domi means sleep.
Okay. So
I said,
play the trick of the
So I said, Domi is not here. Your mother is not here, but please sleep for me. Sleep for me. Okay. And tomorrow we will visit and see the world. When the day will rise, we will visit and we will enjoy, and everything's gonna be all right. That's
Okay, so just the making of the film, the production itself, it was like 3 years long because we had to go record shoot the images, real life images, and then we just had to go look around and choose the backgrounds, come back, start to do the storyboards, and once it was done, we had to go back to actually film the footage according to the storyboard. But in between, there was a hurricane that came and destroyed some of the scenery we wanted. Or like the trees fell down and we didn't have access to the place where we wanted to shoot. So we had to find a new place. So it takes even longer. And then we had to come back, bring everything together. And then that's why it took so long. Because usually it's around 1.5 years maximum. And it took times. And also it was my first film. So I did some mistakes, obviously. Now I learned and I won't do it again. But it takes, it took us 3 years. But from the moment I start to write, I would say 7 years. Yeah, it took me 4 years to find to finally make the script comes along, and I was helped with my co-writer called Aurore Auguste and Antoine Lancio. Those two persons helped me write the story in the best way. So yeah. So actually, the Soukounian is the creature that my mom invented a story about this creature. It's just a creature that exists in the folklore. And she told me the story of this little boy who goes to see his godmother, who is a Soukounian, and then he has to unfortunately get rid of her because he's in danger. But the story was too strong, let's say, for children. And And we had some issues finding also money to tell that story because the French broadcasters didn't feel at ease with telling that story, thinking it would be too scary for kids, which I understand today. So we need to find a way to still tell the story, but also I looked up, and there's many ways that the Squignon can exist, and in some stories it's described as a black bird that at night and that can speak. So I used this figure of the black bird, and instead of stealing the blood, I tried to find a way to connect what he's doing to what Vanny is going through, which is she has a great deal with her hair. She has troubles with it. So we thought, what if the Sukunyan, we still keep what he does. He's stealing someone's most valuable energy, which is the blood. So I just transfer that to the hair, because in the Caribbean, the hair is very important. As you know, maybe you don't know, but the island is a colony from France, or used to be a colony, and then they used to shave people's hair to take away their identity. So here today in the Caribbean, your hair is who you are. It shows a lot about your inner self. So your strength is in your hair. That's why everyone's going back to their natural, beautiful, happy, curly hair. And so what happens is that if the Sukunyan eats the hair, then it's eating what makes the woman powerful in the village. And he becomes powerful himself. So that's why I used this figure. I turned it so that it matches the story I wanted to tell about knowing who you are, knowing where you come from. And there is a pun, there's a trick of word with like the roots, like your identity roots, where you come from, and the roots of your hair, you know? So it was like really connecting the two using the folklore of Guadeloupe. And the kid was reacting quite well to it. They were a bit afraid, of course, in the film, but because they don't know. But then I showed them this. To Guadeloupe. So this is actual real size of the Sukunyan. It's very small in the beginning, but so it's just to show that it's a creature we created for the film, so it doesn't real for real. But it was funny enough to use him to like tell the story with the hair. So I'm really happy. I will put him here. So I'm really happy that the film gets to show that. Yes. Yes. Okay. So to me, what is important once you've seen the film to talk about is the importance of the family relationship. You see, in the beginning, Vanny doesn't really know her auntie, and when she travels there, she gets to meet her and link with her. And then by doing this, she's learning more about who she really is, because family is very important to me. So it's a film to try to keep the connection, even if some people are far away. Try to keep the connection. Try to meet once a while. I know now it's not the time with the pandemic, but when this is over, please find a moment to meet again and go visit the people you don't see. If you have some family abroad, call them more often. Make video calls, you know, because I realized that once you're separated from some members of your family, you lose a part of yourself. So it was very important. And also, do not forget to tell the kids about the stories that, like you said, like the anti-tiger. Maybe it's a bit scary, but it gives them food, it gives them culture, it gives them imagination. The story I was told as a kid, I was a bit scared. And they were told so that you don't go out at night. That was the story, you know? So you stay inside. And so that was good, but at the same time, it was nourishing my imagination. That today I make a film using that creature to kind of to make my point. And also, it was very, if it's possible for the Taiwanese audience to talk about diversity, to show that everyone's beautiful, even though they're very different. This is a story of Black people, mixed race people, who don't necessarily have the same culture as you, but see, you can connect with them. You can share their emotions. You can understand what they're going through. And it's a way also to say that everyone is beautiful on Earth and every culture is interesting as much as the other one. So it is a way also to have an open window on somewhere else in the world and open the curiosity. And the more they will want to know about Guadeloupe, maybe they will want to know more about another island, another country, South America, Australia, South Africa, who knows? The thing is to open the curiosity and learn about everything, because there's so many beautiful people in the world. We are a very, very, very small, tiny island in the shape of a butterfly. But there's so many amazing stories that happen there. We have Carnival, We have a beautiful also when we have a moment in November. It's called the Day of the Dead, and we put candles everywhere in the cemetery. It's very beautiful. So it's a way to open your heart to new cultures, and maybe this also can inspire you to meet new people. I think this is really a movie about opening up and be curious.
Yeah, I think this concludes very well, and also our value of the entire festival.
I just wanted to say that nature knows best. So Vanny was a bit. She was not happy with her hair. But it's also consequences of lots of things, because Guillaume talked about the diversity, and I would say what's important also is representation. There are a million different beauties in the world, but we are used to see a certain kind of beauty. We need to see more of the diversities of beauties, so people can recognize themselves and see that they are beautiful too. Okay? It's not more or less, it's as much beautiful. And when there will be more diversity in representation of beauty, more people will be happy with themselves, and everything's going to be better, because our nature of hair, it's not as maybe easy as the hair that you have, but it's just because we never had all the tricks to work with them. But it's easy when you just use water, oil, and butter. We need only 3 things, and we can manage our hair. So it's just about, we need to just show more of the diversity, help all the kids that looks like me or looks like Guillaume. It's really important for the world to see more of the diversity. And nature, like I always bring back to nature. Nature is diverse. Nature never does the same thing all the time. So that should be the same in movies.
Yes, I agree.
I got someone calling me. It's advertising. I hope it wasn't in. So yeah, let's be more like nature. Let's show the diversity in the world, and everything's gonna be alright.